YouTube, what's up, man? This is the Needed Podcast, episode 63. We're going to be talking about DC today, man. That's pretty much all we're going to be talking about. What's up, man? Thanks for joining me, man. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button, man. If you're on SoundCloud, hit that like button. Do whatever you can, man. This is episode 63. Y'all been rocking with me, but this is a big show. This is a big show. It is wintertime. Make sure you guys copy. You got the physical hoodies. You know what I'm saying? They are in the store right now. Those links are below. Chat, they are below if you have it. You know what I'm saying? You grab the physical hoodie. It's getting cold outside. Well, it's been cold. I don't know where you guys live, but it's been cold here, man. But so make sure you get that. Grab that. Also, man, follow all the social media channels. You guys know them by now. If you don't, all those links are below in the description, man. I appreciate all you guys coming through here. Man, this show is about us. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about everybody. And it is DC time. Now, I want to preface everything I say with we got to put some facts out here, right? The MCS started in Madden 16. It started with draft champions. Boom. Started with draft champions. Okay. So, draft champions has been around since the first MCS event. Been in every game. Every single game. And every single year, we complain about the same things. It's not traditional Madden. It is not, head-to-head. It is not MUT. It is not build your own team. It is draft champions. It has been in MCS every single year. In fact, in Madden 17, it gave away 2 belts in Madden 17. It gave away 2 belts. So that's one of the craziest things to me is that some people just, how we just get a random sound right there? That's pretty nuts. Oh well. But some people just don't have the same complaints about the mode every time it comes around. A random playbook shouldn't decide a tournament. Blah, blah. This, that, and the third. But literally, this is going to be the 6th belt given away. Now, honestly, I don't even want to. I could almost. It might have the most belts. It might have more belts than MUT salary cap. If I really think about it, because 17 had a salary cap belt. 16 had 1, 18 or 17 had 2, 18. I guess every season has 2, 18. So it's 1 less than salary cap. So it's a big part of the MCS. It is. It is different than traditional Madden. And the biggest thing that sucks is sometimes you're just at a disadvantage. That's what happens. It's just going to happen. Sometimes you're going to get the shit playbook with the shit players. Sometimes you're going to get the great playbook with the great players. And a lot of that is the mode. It's pretty much that's how it is. And sometimes you might have the shit end of it. Sometimes you might have the good end of it. It just goes, it's the ebbs and flows. And I will tell you, the mode as a whole, now chat, you guys can agree, you can disagree. From Madden 16 through right now today, January 7th today? January 7th. From Madden 16 to January 7th, the mode has improved exponentially from when it first started. We are getting another update tomorrow per Madden League Ops, another player pool update. This is probably the third or fourth player pool update that has happened during the leaderboards. We used to beg for 1 player pool update. 1, please, we want a player pool update. And for us to have 3 or 4 just in this span, definitely improving. They added 3 more playbooks. I'll be honest, man. If you go through 6 playbooks, 6 out of 32 is what, chat? Help me with this math. That is 1/8 or 1/4. Is it a quarter of it? No, it's not a quarter. It's a 1/6. 32 divided by 6 is 6, right? Or what is it, chat? Tell me the number. 32 divided by 6 is... What is it, chat? Somebody tell me. Y'all supposed to be smarter than me. 30 divided by... Oh, yeah, 12. It's not an even number, is it? 6, 12, 24. Okay. It's not. 36 would be... It's like 1/3. It's like 1/3. Yeah, it's like a weird number. Yeah, all right, thank you. That's why I was tripping. See, I wasn't tripping, but I was tripping. I'm over here thinking all right, 30 is 5, but what's 30? See? Okay, exactly. So it's not really So look at my question. It's about 1/3, right? Not really 1/3. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? So for me, whatever the hell it is, if you as a professional Madden player that do this all day, right? If you don't get a playbook you can make shake out of 6 out of 32, I mean, God, then you're really shit out of luck. Honestly, I feel like one thing I've always been good at is being able to make something happen with the playbook I'm given. I think it is a talent. It is a skill to be able to do that. Now, like I said, sometimes you will be up against 8-ball to where you have one where you're just trying to a makeshift playbook and your opponent has their A1 playbook. That happens. And vice versa. And if you play it enough, it'll turn around and be the other way. You know, sometimes you just got to fight and sometimes you just got to make something happen. But I think this mode is a separate skill than the other mode. But it's all being a Madden pro. You know, and I think it gets overlooked, I want to say the skill and the creativity that goes in with having to make something happen out of a playbook you're not comfortable with. Now, the only argument is, this is the argument that they're going to have. Well, what happens if I have Chicago Bears playbook and they have Oakland? How am I supposed to win? That's the argument. That's the argument. You know, and what happens if you have Oakland and they have Chicago? You know, it is all dice roll, and for one tournament, it's been like that. You know, sometimes it sucks, sometimes it's good to you. That's just how it works. You know, if you play it enough, this is the 6th tournament of it. I mean, it's going to come back around your way every once in a while. You know, for me, I will tell you, Madden 16, I probably had the best team. I had New England playbook, I had everything, and I didn't win. Or I didn't even get out of the online groups to get to the live event with that. So I've been on both ends, and I've also been in places where I had to make something out of nothing with the playbook. You know, I remember DC Madden 17, the Madden Challenge. When I got there, I remember I drafted for defense. It's probably a choice I will never pick again. I drafted for defense. I drafted for dollar because I ran dollar Madden 17. Now, I turned around after I drafted for dollar. They gave me all shitty DBs. I had no Dion, had no DRC, I had no goons. I had like Trumaine Johnson, bunch of 86 speeders. It was really bad. So it was hard to make that defense work without the DBs. That's something that I definitely remember. So in that time, I was up against it. It was going to be tough for me. But we'll see. And as far as the mode, some people think it's the best mode. Some people think it's the worst. Some people think abilities. The game needs abilities. Some people think the game is better without abilities. I think it's all personal preference. But at the end of the day, if EA is going to give away, $100,000? What I don't know what they're giving away total here. They're giving away $100,000, something like that. You know, I mean, you got to stop bitching and play. And that's one thing that I think is lost on so many people, man. Like, just complaining about the mode all the time. For me, it's like, man, just... They're giving $190,000. So if you take that, let's say $200K. They give away $200K 6 times. So what's that? $1.2 million simply on draft champions. That's pretty nuts. You know? Trap, what do you mean the mode is for shitters? What does the mode is for shitters means? And why aren't you a shitter? That's my question to you. Why are you somebody that can say the mode is for shitters? That's what I'm asking. Because I feel like for somebody to say other people are shitters, you can't be a shitter. You know? There's only certain people I feel like can point and say this is for shitters. That's all. I honestly don't really see the biggest problem with DC. I don't. You know, and ultimately the problems that you guys have with DC are essentially just Madden problems in general. The game. It's really not the mode. I mean, okay. My man said, DC is for shitters because I want to pass. Well, we've played the 2 other modes, and guess who the fuck won the other 2 modes? So that argument is out the window. There's the window. Your argument is out the window. What? Like, what? I want to pass. You can't pass on this mode. Maybe you just can't pass a Madden 17 or Madden 20. Like, what? Like, the best offense in the other 2 modes is just running. I feel like DC The run game is the weakest in DC. I'll tell you that. It's not saying it's bad. Not saying that nobody's gonna win this belt or nobody's gonna make a run just running the ball, because it's probably gonna happen because that's the way the game works. But I will tell you, I think the running is probably the weakest in DC compared to the other modes. Obviously, regs because Ezekiel Elliott threw everybody across the screen, and salary cap because you just didn't have the amount of cap to really put players all over the field that can match up with people. Honestly, you know, yeah. Oh, Jehovah, you out here frying? Okay, say no more. But yeah, for me, I just feel like the more time you spend complaining about the mode, the less time you have to really focus and get good at the mode. You know. And really, honestly, for me, I really think we are super duper uber booper negative now. Like, what are we when did we become so negative? That's why. When did this happen? I think I missed all of that. You know, and DC, I think, really sparks it. And I will tell you, I be wanting to be negative. Like, and I'll tell you when I want to be negative. If I get popped, or I get in a struggle battle, or if I'm in a struggle with Big Poppy Grant, who just is the best DC player ever, and I think is fucking awful, you know what I'm saying? Then I'd be mad. I'd be wanting to air the mode out. Like, yo, the mode sucks. But at the end of the day, I gotta catch myself and be like, yo, it's not the mode. You played a bad game, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but I just hate how negative people are to the mode. The mode not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying, chat? Do you guys understand that? Like, the mode is not going anywhere. Like, the mode is here. Where the hell? Oh no, it actually did go away. All right, good. So for me, the biggest thing is just I wish people understood the mode not going anywhere, and it's kind of just a different angle of being a Madden player. Kind of like how we talk about rap all the time, you know, and we talk about who has the best lyrics, who has the best song, who can make the best songs, who picks the best beats, who has the best features. I would say DC is kind of like who makes the best hooks, right? Where it's to say my salary cap might be who had the best bars, and you know, let's say regs, that's who picked the best beats or whatever. Let's say DC is who has the best hooks. Now, if you want to consider yourself a Madden pro and be the best Madden player, you should be able to do everything a little bit, you know. And honestly, I feel like at the end of the day, man, the best players are going to be the best. The modes. At the same time, when we look back at DC, it has made for some people to make some runs, but mostly when you think about it, chat, it's been the run game that helps people make the runs most of the time. When you guys let's think about DC, the history of DC, people that have made runs where DC is the only thing they've made runs at. Can we think about anybody that has done that? Let's think about it, because I know my man Esdello, he made a Final Four in Draft Champions, and then he really ain't pop. He popped me in the clubs a couple years ago, but I can't think of anybody else. Let's think. Give me the names. I'm thinking now, just like you guys are. Esdello is the one. D Jones got to be one, right? D Jones made a final of Draft Champions. Is there anybody else you think was only good because of Draft Champions? Okay, the throwing animations are slower. I mean, that's just the game. We're talking about the game. You gotta think about, is my complaint a DC complaint or is it a Madden 20 complaint? Y'all gotta realize that, man. Like y'all have to know the difference. But seriously, y'all, I mean, I can't really think of, and I'm gonna go through the tournaments. I mean, I really can't. Boog's best tournament was DC. No, but seriously, I don't think there's anybody that has made. Man 20 is definitely different with no abilities, man, and it's something you gotta get used to. But I would say I don't know. I would say it's the best. It's different, and I think you can enjoy it. And I think it does take a lot of skill because I feel like I don't really get scored on that much in this mode, and I like that. You know, I don't think there's touchdowns. Like, the game doesn't give people touchdowns. If I play weekend league, Eric Dickerson is taking touchdowns away. Like, he's just taking yards just because he's Eric Dickerson. You know, you don't really have that in DC. Okay, and people say it's the best. People say it's the worst. But ultimately, you have to realize they're giving away $200,000 on it. Do you want a piece of that, or do you want to complain about the mode? Sherm, yeah. That's right, Skimbo, yep. Mediocre Gaming, my guy with the sub. Thank you, man. You guys can watch this podcast live Tuesday night, twitch.tv/dub. But the one thing there, I appreciate you, Mediocre. But anyway, that's like a weird name to call. But anyway. No, there's no abilities in DC. We had this argument. It's just done. It's over. I don't even know why anybody would even bring it up anymore. One, I don't even like 6 playbooks. I was cool with the 3. 3, pick your one and let it ride. That's all. But now that there's 6, I feel like I don't feel like you complain about playbooks. I think the drafts are pretty even. There are a couple rounds they need to get rid of, but I think the drafts all in all are pretty even. I don't think I've ever had a really shitty team. I don't think I've ever really had a really great team. You know, I think drafts are pretty even. That's something they improved a lot because, like I said, the mode has improved in the last 5 years. It has improved so much from what it was. There's really not a super great team and then a super bad team. Like, yeah, you can have an advantage for sure. You can have the real fast safeties or the real slow safeties, so on and so forth. But I don't think it's as drastic as it used to be. You know, and the redraft and the whole redraft is pointless. So for me, I hated that they put that in the game. I wish, the one thing I do wish, honestly, one thing I do wish is that it went back to the 4 draft, the 4 games and your season's over. That's it. That was awesome. Really. It's way more balanced. It's way more balanced, and it's a lot easier to just be even. I mean, I think it's a pretty balanced mode for me. But the biggest thing that I've heard these people crying about, these little shitter Madden players, a bookie boo boo boo. Let me tell you something about the leaderboards, chat. Let me tell you something. One, there's 2 reasons you don't qualify for a leaderboard. 2 reasons. You didn't try, or you're not good enough. That's it. So if you guys aren't on the leaderboards, right? If you guys aren't on the leaderboards, pick your reason. Which one is it? There's no excuses. It's one reason or the other. You know, either you put it off too late, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm going to play the last week. I'll be cool. Or, you're just not good enough. That's okay. Or you quit. Now, I will tell you, as we get into this leaderboard conversation, only 96 people on each system are going to make it from the leaderboards. I'm assuming there's probably... Give me a number of people that literally tried, like really tried their all to make the tournament. Let's give me a number that really tried and sweated it out to make the tournament in that top 96. Give me a number. 200, you guys think? Like, seriously, really tried and cracked their ass and tried to get it. You know what I'm saying? No, but it's not 65. Come on, bro. Not like bro. It's got to at least be 96. 300 road boss. I'm not thinking maybe 200, maybe 150, something like that. It was only 30. No, that was only one tournament. It was 32. Yeah, think about it. Yeah, okay. That's my point. Okay. So out of these 200 people that they're busting their ass to go and get it. You know what I'm saying? And as you guys should. Now, maybe say 200. We're gonna say the number 200. People that really tried to make this qualification. Really? Okay, 90 of them are gonna make it. 96 are gonna make it. The other 104, man, playing these leaderboards, whether you made it or not, you have become such a better man player than you did earlier before these leaderboards started. And one thing, a lot of y'all, some of y'all not gonna make it, and you're gonna get depressed, and you're gonna think, damn, I'm not good enough. Or you have become so much better in the last 3 months than you were before the last, because you played all the good players. You're not playing shitters on Weekend League. You're not playing shitters in MUT head-to-head. You are playing the best Madden players in the world. It would make you guys feel better if their names popped up. Like Like, you gotta assume when you go into a game on these leagues, you gotta assume every name you don't know is Kiv, is Joke, is Ghost, is Skimbo. You gotta assume it's one of them every time. And the fact that you don't know that who it is and they whoop your ass, man, you just got better. You realize where you are in Madden, and what makes a competitor is, what do you do after you don't make the tournament? What do you do after you lose one of those games, man? Do you give up and go to mud head to head and play those guys and, have fun and diggity giggity giggity ha ha? Is that what you want to do? That's cool. And I respect that as a man. But me, what makes all these people who they are is when they get beat and when they say, damn, that person's tough. I want to be that person. I want to learn how to beat that person. I want to do what I have to do to become good enough to make these tournaments. I want to be able to beat the best players in the world. And it is that drive inside people that get them to where they are. So the question is, like, where do you go after you lose or after you don't qualify, man? And I really just want to keep you guys around, even if you didn't make the tournament. If you tried, man, just know you got a lot better, man. And it's the easiest thing to do, chat. I'm going to tell you guys, the easiest thing for a human being to do is make an excuse and go to the greener pastures where it's easier. The easiest thing for you to do. But that's why those people aren't champions. That's why those people don't compete. That's why those people don't love competition. That's why. But anyway, back to the leaderboard. So if you didn't make it, just keep grinding. That's all. No, for real. Excuses it's nothing more disgusting than excuses, because I never want to hear, and I never ever want to hear a leaderboard excuse. Because one, I think leaderboards, we talk about skill gap. Leaderboards should be hard to fucking make, right? It shouldn't be easy. Personally, for me, I think it's ridiculously easy. I really do, But I understand everybody's not me. Everybody's not the top 20 players in the world, right? Everybody's not these players. So it should not be easy. So if you're struggling to make it, you got to get better as a player. That's all. Or take it more serious. One or the other. I told you there's two reasons. You don't take it serious enough, or you're not good enough. One or the other. That's it. There's no other excuses. And let's get to these lurk tags. People on second accounts. Now, first of all, we done had this conversation on this podcast a million times. You know what would get rid? That's what we're talking about, man. We're going to talk about the second accounts. You know what would get rid of all these second and third and fourth and fifth accounts? Chat, I'll let you guys guess. What would get rid of all these second accounts on the leaderboard? What would get rid of it? I want to know. What would get rid of it? Oh, there he is. Filming with the answer. Top 4. There it is. There was never 5 accounts when there was a top 4. That's all it takes. And we've been begging for it. We've been pleading for it. We've been asking for it. It is the best thing that could happen to Madden. 1,000,000%, it is the best thing that could happen for competitive Madden. It makes the entire leaderboard live. The entire 3 months lit. The entire 3 months, Twitch is about leaderboards. It's about MCS. But I'm not going to get into this too much because I've been into this way too much. Way too much. I don't want to talk about. Why do we need shorter leaderboards? So I feel like that's just the leaderboard's too long, the leaderboard's too short, the leaderboard I can't play it, I can't do this. Bro, I don't care if the leaderboard's 4 years or 4 minutes. I am going to qualify. Period. That's it. Top 4 gradient. For me, this is how it was. 96 people get into the tournament, right? But if you placed in the top 4, boom. Now you get past all the single elimination. You get moved up really far in the tournament. Bang. That's what top 4 was. That is how I made the first live event. That is how I made the first 2 live events. Oh, actually, the first live event where I won, that I made it because of top 4. The second one, I remember, which we can't get into this, but the people that finished like top 8 in the tournament got advanced to group play in the next tournament, which was pretty cool, but that's a whole subject for another time, right? But no, 3 months, it will never get dead if there's top 4, period. That's it. Also, another thing about the leaderboards, I wish we gotta get rid of this little circle, elite, red circle, 3-star. We gotta get rid of that shit. Let's throw that out the window. Just give us some type of number system. You win a game, you get 10 points. You win a game against somebody good, you get 15 points. You lose 30 points, and show the number on the board. So if I see Joe Rice has 2 million points and I got 1,900,000, I need to win 100 more games to pass him. That should 1,000% be on the leaderboard. Something like that. Yeah, the juice system, yeah, that it was cool, but we really don't know how it works. And the fact that everybody's just at 3-star elite or 5-star elite is crazy. I remember when I made the top 4, because we're snakes and we're scumbags. Me and Joke both made the top 4 in the same tournament. We were like 2 and 3 or 1 and 2, something like that. So we would talk all the time like, yo, you think number 5 is going to catch us? And it was like Jet was like number 5. And we knew his bar. Like, we saw a picture of his bar, and he was only like 3-star elite. It wasn't like everybody wasn't 5-star elite. I don't know how it got to the point where everybody's 5-star elite out of nowhere, honestly. That got kind of crazy. But we knew, like, at one point we knew Jet was only like 3-star elite, and we were 4-star elite, and it was only like a couple hours left. But now everybody's 5-star elite, so you literally have no clue. Like, I have no clue what the difference is between level or whoever's at 90 and who's at 1, and that's kind of nuts. Exactly, now that's what I'm saying. You should be able to be like, yeah, like 5-star, get to 100-star, 6-star, yeah. That'd be cool. Different levels, but that's none of the best. But top 4 would get rid of the double names. Now, this is what I want you guys to know. What is wrong with the double names? This is how I have always felt about Madden. I press A to search. Whoever the fuck pops up, I have to beat this person to get into the top 96. Now, if I press A and it's a lurk every single damn time and they're beating my ass, man, maybe I gotta get off for an hour and let them get off and then come back in another hour or something. Let me know what is the downside for people with 5 different tags. What's the downside? Because ultimately, okay, if say Joke has 6 tags and Skimble has 4 tags and I have 3 tags and they're all in the top 100, that means if you're space number 138, you got a chance to make the tournament because there's so many duplicate tags in the top 100. Also, people on both systems. So they might not even pick Xbox. So they can have 2 tags in the top 100 and then pick to play on PlayStation. It's pretty nuts. That's how I'm feeling, Jehovah. Like, I've always felt like if I'm a pro Madden player, we talk about skill gap this, skill gap that. If you're getting beat, you don't deserve to be in the fucking tournament. I don't care if you're getting beat by this guy, that guy, or the guy down the street. If you are losing games and you cannot qualify, you do not deserve to be in the tournament. I don't give a shit who you are losing the games to. You know what I'm saying? Reem Will, my guy. Yeah. What? Niner? People play on creeps to D-rank. Bro, let me tell you something, Niner. If I play on I don't give a shit what I'm doing to your juice. I don't care about that. I ain't just playing for myself. I don't think there's anybody that loads up and says, man, I hope I get this guy to knock him out the tournament. No. Like, is that crazy? Like, what? Like, y'all make so many excuses. It's disgusting. Jehovah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, people just so, like, they want all the money just given to them. Here you go. You made the live event. Here you go. You get to play Bazooka Larry and Johnny Train Tracks and, you know, Fortnite Freddy. That's who you get to play to get to the live event. Here you go. Here's $10,000. That's what they want. But then they want skill gap. They want skill gap. That's one or the other. RPO McGavin. Bro, and Niner, look, you don't care, but people did this to Siwoo every year. And let me tell you something about Siwoo. He's not good enough to make the tournament. That is my point. It is for pro Madden players. The best in the world. It's not for Johnny Appleseed, man. It's not. I'm sorry. He got to go to work tomorrow. That's it. Bullfrog, that's why your ass needs to get the fuck on DC. Then we just talk about it. We're saying it's about DC and you bring up Eric Dickerson. Bro, get on DC. Serious. I'm like, honestly. There's nothing savage about it. It is. Everybody wants skill gap and make it hard. It needs to be tough. I shouldn't be losing to this guy and losing to that guy. Bro, it's just like one. Oh, the game's too random. I lose to everybody. oh, these pros shouldn't have too many tags because I'm losing to them too. Well, it sounds like you losing a lot. That's what it sounds like to me. Am I right? It sounds like that's what's happening. Sounds like these people that are bitching are losing too much. That's all. Yeah, Johnny Appleseed ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, what? It just sounds like you lose. I will tell you, man, if you can't make the tournament, bro, you're not a pro man player. You're not. You're not. You're not good enough. Bro, go to MaddenTurf.com, get some shit. Watch my YouTube.com/dub.dubby. You can watch all this shit live. Watch me play. Try to get a little bit better. Play the leaderboards, get a little bit better. You're really just not there yet. It's okay, man. Fuck. What you think? Everybody just started being the best right away? No. Just grind, get a little better. That's all. Tighten up. You feel me? Step your game up. Step your game up. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? They lurked me. There's, and me personally, this is how I feel. If someone could, because I popped the civil shit yesterday. Popped it, right? And he said, you're playing on a lurk tag. Oh my gosh. You're playing on a lurk tag. That's what we heard. You know what I'm saying? For me, let me tell you this. It's easy as shit not to play me. All my games are on stream. If you don't want to play me, that's easy. It's easy to avoid me. So for me, I feel like I should never get complained to. Niner, why would they stream? Let me ask you this question. Give me a list of competitive players that stream. And let me tell you this. And I will tell you this. And I will give you. And after you answer this question, Niner, I will give you an example of why streaming is fucking stupid. And I will dead it. All you guys will say, damn, he's fucking right. No, seriously. I want to know who are the competitive players that stream. Because Problem streamed his games. I watched Problem play DC a lot. Y'all saw me play every one of my DC games. You know what I'm saying? This is what goes to it. Why do I need to play anymore? We're all qualified. There's no top 4. We're just in the mix. Now let me tell you this, chat. Now as we get into this, have you guys seen me chat? Let me know if you guys have seen me play DC in the last 2 weeks. And I want to ask you guys this: what offense am I running when I play DC? That's why I'll ask you guys this right now. What offense am I running? Because you guys have been in here. Let me know. Let me know what I have been running. That's what I want to know. I want to know. In all seriousness. For some of y'all that have been in here watching me play DC. Okay. The tight was pretty good. I was shaking it. Now, Jesse, this is what I'll ask you, right? Would it not be 1,000,000% easier for me to win the tournament without you guys knowing that? Well, I'm in round 1 against Larry Lumberjack. Round 1. And people have no idea what fucking offense I'm running, right? Wouldn't it be that much easier for me to go make this $30,000? Right? I'd be able to throw the bubble all day. They would have no fucking idea. I'm saying? Niner, you're a fucking idiot. Like, Niner, I feel like you're here. Niner, I feel like you're just talking and you don't have your volume on. So that's why, well, I'll tell you. And I'm thinking here like, damn, if I was just on the creep tag playing, man, I'd have a super chance of making a far run in this tournament. You think Jesse, this is my thing. You think, like, Jesse, this is my point. You think if I play Drenny to in the win and get in game to go to Cali, you think he gonna know what he doing to stop RPO? That's what I'm saying, Jesse. Ask me that. You think Drenny gonna know what to do and what to expect? You think he's gonna have defense? But y'all say stream. You are making it that much harder for you to win $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. That much harder. Period. Honestly, for me, I like it. I like streaming. I see this as something I can do for a long time. I enjoy you. So that's me. The smart man players, they not doing this shit. It's dumb. So that's, and also we'll get to the top four was different. And also, let's be honest, in Madden 16 and Madden 17, this shit wasn't popping like it is now. It was kind of just getting rolling. I'm saying people weren't locked in that crazy as they are now. You know, and you guys gotta understand that. People, it's 10 to 20 to 30 people that this is what they do without streaming. They just grind competitive Madden. And I don't think it was like that back then. You know what I'm saying? So the game has definitely changed between 16 and 17 and Madden 20. It has definitely changed. And the top four would help the streaming 1,000 away. 1,000%. I just hate I just hate the amount of bitching and complaining and excuses because that's what's gonna happen. Oh, DC, I had 87 speed receivers and 84 speed safety. I lost. Niner, well, whose fucking problem is that? Like what? Like Niner, you're like having like a heart to heart with people that aren't listening, dude. Like what? Like what do you think I'm doing? Like I don't know where you're. Not because it would never be enough. When would enough be enough? Seriously. What's the question? If you could draft for unlimited drafts, right? Unlimited. You are playing for $10,000 tomorrow, and you can have unlimited drafts, motherfucker. I'm up here all night. All night. I'll draft the perfect team and say, you know what? I don't have a left tackle. Let me do it again. All night. If you want a game where you have full control, win at the other modes that we have. It is one mode out of the four. For 5 years, it has been one mode out of the four. Yet we have them dumbass complaints. So, and still sorry. See, you're right. It's not a double-edged sword though for me. This is how I feel. It is not. This is not how it works, bro. Y'all gotta understand. And Zan made a tweet this week that I didn't like because he said, "I choose to stream and make content rather than compete," and that pissed me off a little bit. Cause you know what? Cause let me tell you guys something. You can do both. You can do both. There is nothing stopping you from playing the game, competing, and streaming and doing YouTube and doing tips. There's nothing stopping you. And for me, I felt like that comment was like, damn, well, shit, I done did both. I feel like it was kind of like demeaning all the effort that I put in for the last 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like what the? So for me, you can definitely do both. You know, it's definitely harder, but at the end of the day, it's harder for the guys that don't do it to make money. I make money every month. If I go 0-25 in weekend league, 25-0 in weekend league, if I never win another tournament game in my life, I make money from playing Madden, and that's the path I'm set for myself. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that was my decision. Other people have made other decisions, but you damn well. But listen. When it's time to compete, I'm going to compete, you know, just like I did before. There's nothing stopping you from doing both. Sucks life forever. This is what pro means. If you make money, how about this? If you can make a career off of Madden, you can pay your bills, you can eat, you're not struggling, you know what I'm saying? From Madden, I feel like you're a pro. That's all. I don't know who you talk. Donnie, I don't know who you're talking about. Jehovah, and let me tell you something about the competitive money. Problem in Madden 17, he made a comment like that. He said, yo, the tournament money, that's just bonus. And at first I was like, what? This is like, you made like 50 fucking grand. And now the point is like, yo, I understand it. And that's what I miss. I want the bonus now. Back then, it was like, that's damn, I made my salary this year. Now it's like, damn, that's like my vacation. I would love to be able to go on vacation, this, that, and tons of money, extra money, you know? Asian Curry, that's a great time to ask this question, bro. Since you're a loyal sub, man, I'm not going to time you out for 10 minutes. Who is y'all? X Factor? Like, what? Like, YouTube is you don't, y'all don't understand. YouTube is like it's a separate field. It really is. It's a separate trade. You know? And the thing about YouTube, it is so unrewarding right now, dude. It really is unrewarding. Unrewarding. Like, I put up the CFM videos, right? They're easy as shit to do. I just record it, put it up. It's how people love it. You know, not a lot of people, but people that watch it, they like it. I put up the podcast, people like it. Then if I go out here and I sit down, I take the time to edit a video. I take 2 hours to edit a video, do a voiceover, make a thumbnail, everything. I put it up and it doesn't do shit. It's like, bruh, it's really demoralizing. Seriously. And honestly, people that are good on YouTube, that's what they do. They do YouTube. They don't give a fuck about the leaderboards. They don't care about Weekend League, what the record is. No. They don't stream. No. They don't care about that. They want to make their video for the day, and that's what their whole goal is. You know, and honestly, one day I want to be able to do that, and that's essentially where you just got to keep grinding. That's all. Niner, you sound like Niner, you're asking questions like people ask me at like fucking Thanksgiving right now, dude. How many hours do you think it requires? And I will tell you to answer the question. Like, this is what I'll answer. The more you treat it like a real job, the more success you will have. Me, honestly, for me, is the more I treat streaming, like if I do an 8-hour stream every day, that's super successful. You know? Yes, Donnie and Skimbo talked to me about that, but now, all right, I'm going to do that. But now I got to think myself, and Donnie, this is what I told Skimbo. You think Joe Rogan does that shit himself? That's why I asked you. And for me, it's like, what is the bit that I need to go put in there? You know, what is the thing I should highlight, honestly? And for me, it's tough to really figure that out, which one it is. No, YouTube, once it gets going, listen, let me keep grinding, man. It is, and it's definitely work. And we talk about all this, and we talk about all this shit we're talking about, right? But then turn around, and now I gotta win a tournament, or I'm ass. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm doing all this shit. I sat here all day editing little videos, making little clips, putting videos up, blase blah, reaching out to people, doing all this shit I was doing all day. Now I gotta go win a tournament or I'm ass. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely takes a toll on A and B. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. X Factor, I have to do a better job. And listen, I'm doing a better job every day. Every day. Anyway, we went from people complaining about two gamer tags on the leaderboards. I think that's the most nutty, bitch-made complaint ever. 1,000% ever. And like I said, they don't need to make a ruling about it. If they bring back top 4, that will be gone. It will be gone. But, you know, it is what it is. But I don't really have any more DC complaints, man. I like the mode. It's fun learning a new mode and learning the game. I've always said this about DC. I think DC should be the first tournament. Now, Regs has come in and become the first tournament, which is pretty cool. so it's hard to really say it should be replaced. But DC is a lot better when nobody really knows the game, so you're never really at a super disadvantage. Like now, everybody knows, 146, 3-4 odd, run the ball, Oakland playbook. Everybody knows like the meta shit to do. But in the first month, people really don't know that. Everybody's figuring out the game, and DC 1 helps everybody figure out the game. Plus, everybody's not at a super disadvantage if they have this playbook or that playbook. I think it's a more successful mode in the beginning of the year rather than towards the middle. My man Eric, thank you, man. I appreciate you. But anyway, that's about all I got to say about DC. I don't know if you guys have any more comments to put into the DC to talk about it. I like the mode. I'm excited to play in it. Will free winning ever get banned? Well, Vilma got banned one time. I don't know, dude. As far as I'm concerned, man, free winning, I mean, what's like... this is how I feel about free winning. If I'm good enough to get in the top 10 and I want to give away my fucking juice to somebody, then why can't I? That's my question to you. That's my question to you guys. Why can't I lose on purpose? I got there. I was the pro player with enough skill to get in the top 10. Why can't I lose on purpose? And answer me that. Because it cheats out the person that got there fair. So just tell me that. Tell me why I can't lose on purpose. Jehovah, I'm trying to tell. Listen, I've been trying to say. I've said top 4 has probably been a topic on this podcast more than anything in the 63 episodes. Proof. What does that mean? Everyone will do it. Explain. Don't just fucking say what does everyone will do it. So everyone will free win. So then who's the ones missing out then? One, you have to have a friend that's in the top 10 to be able to do it, right? Or you have to have a friend that's in a safe spot on the leaderboard. Let's say top 40, right? So you have to have a friend there. So I hope you guys have a top 40 friend. You have to be matched up with them. Okay, that's going to be tough. If everybody's free winning, it's going to be hard to match up with them, right? Isn't that going to be a little tough to match up with your friend if everybody's free winning? That's what I'm asking. I really don't think... I don't think there should be... I don't want to say I don't think there should be any rule against it, but I feel like it's not that big a deal. It goes back to this. If you didn't qualify, it's not because somebody got free wins. It's not because, the leaderboard's too long. It's not because the mode sucks. It's because you're really just not good enough, or, like I said, you didn't take it serious. All right, Gaming, thank you for your sub, my guy. Sheesh. Yeah. Well, I said, man, that's for me. Free winning. I don't want to say free winning should be legal, but something like that. Something like that. But anyway, man, I do want to talk about the NFL. I don't want to talk about the NFL, and I do want to talk about the NFL at the same time. I'm assuming you guys saw the NFL this weekend. Honestly, it was probably one of the better wild card weekends we have had in a long time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Eric, that's a good point. Not knowing when it closes, that's pretty good. I do want to talk about the leaderboards. Now, obviously, the Bills game was kind of lit. Bills-Texans. We'll talk about that one. Patriots and the Titans. Peyton's and the Titans, for me, let's talk about the Patriots and the Titans. Are the Patriots cooked? There's a play in there I want to talk about, too. I think there's a play in every game I want to talk about. I didn't really watch the Saints and the Vikings game. It was on a big screen far away. I was at the Eagles tailgate, so I did not really watch that game. So if you think there's a play that relates to Madden at all in that game, you guys can go ahead and tell me that, and we'll look it up. But for me... the first thing I want to talk about, let's go to the and my buddy Jay, what's my guy that's in, what's my man's name? I think his name is Jay, I want to say. What's my man's name? My man Josh. My man Josh gave me his NFL pass, or NFL whatever this is called, NFL game day pass, so we can look at every game. So I hope you guys come in. We can look at every game. Boom. Okay, let me see if I can move this over here, maybe. I'm saying, but honestly, we really don't even need this because I can see you guys talking and I'll explain it. But this is pretty cool. This is the NFL films. Now I want to go to Houston and Buffalo. Whoa. We don't sound now. Like I said, this is awesome. This little app or whatever the hell this is. And this is the coach's film. I gotta learn how to get back to the other film. Let me see how I do the all plays. Boom, 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 boom. Can we go back? Wild card round. Let's go back. All right, here we go. These are the 4 games we can talk about. Honestly, this is awesome. But, as my man Rush with the sub, thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to go to the condensed replay. Now, this game was super entertaining. But we're going to go into the 4th quarter. Not OT. Oh, this is kind of right where I want to go to. I think it's actually before this. Now, this was, if you guys watched this, it was obviously Deshaun Watson and against Josh Allen, which was pretty damn. But this game was popping. Let's put it that way. It was popping. But there's a couple plays in here that you kind of got to play smart. Obviously, the game is not. It's not a high scoring game. It is 19-16. You know what I'm saying? You have Josh Allen. What is this? Josh Allen's 2nd year. As we see a little throwback screen over here to this kid Singletary. Now, this kid Singletary is kind of tough, chat. He kind of looked kind of tough. I'll be honest with you guys. He looked kind of tough. Like I said, this was the what? So we're already pretty much in field goal range with these 2 plays, right? So you got to understand who Josh Allen is. We are close to field goal range. And the problem with Madden is you would already be in field goal range here. And after that run, we are at the 28-yard line here, chat. It is 3rd down. And Josh Allen picks this up. So you are squarely in field goal range right now, chat. So you got to get to a point where you got to start milking this clock. So this should automatically be a run to get to the 2-minute warning. And we have Josh Allen throw the ball, bang, out of bounds. I would have ran the ball there just to get it to the 2-minute warning. That's what a Madden player would do damn near every time. We get the 2nd down. My man throws a run. Gets super duper bagged. And this is where I want to pause the game. But I want to pause it because this will get to the 2-minute warning. Where are we at right now, chat? We are at the 28-yard line, right? It is 3rd and 13. You have Josh Allen, right? So Josh Allen is the 2nd-year quarterback. Not that good. I think we can all agree on that. Not that good. So, as a coach, you gotta say, you know what? Let me go ahead. We're probably not going to get 3rd and 13. Probably not going to get it. Let's chat. What I want you guys to do on YouTube, give me a percentage on what you think this 3rd and 13 would be. 15%? 20%? Give me a percentage of what you think 3rd and 13 right here against the Texans. Because on defense, let's be real. If you're on Madden, if I'm playing Madden here and I'm on defense, I'm probably bringing the crib. Because if I sack the quarterback, I knock him out of field goal range. And I have a 3-point lead, so I want him out of field goal range. Honestly, the risk of getting him out of field goal range is probably, or the reward of getting him out of field goal range is higher than the risk of letting him get this 1st down. So for me, I would blitz everybody. And the Texans, I don't think they blitz everybody, but they definitely have a look like they could blitz, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people up here. And I would do that. That's what I would do. So as the coach of the Bills, chat, let me talk to me. This would 1,000% be a screen, a run, something to make my field goal shorter. Because we are at the 28-yard line right now. 28 plus 10 for the end zone is 38 plus 7. This is a 45-yard field goal. Perfectly makeable kick indoors for an NFL kicker. So a 45-yard field goal. Now, I'll be honest, I'd be more comfortable with a 40-yarder. So I'd be more comfortable getting 5 yards here, right? So, yes, I would definitely run, and we'll show what happens here. He drops back. We get super screamed at. And he throws to the And he throws. He throws to the. Oh, we got the slow motion. Okay, look at this blitz. Can't run this in Madden. Look at all these assholes. Wow, that just screamed that he missed the block. And Josh Allen, it's not like at some point Josh Allen has to know he can't take a sack like that. He throws to the fat guy. Boom. We are now completely out of field goal range. And you feel like an asshole. Yes, there it is. Boom. I would 1,000% have ran on third down. Me, if it was me. And then tie the game up. Take what you can get with, and hopefully you go to overtime. Intentional grounding. Now this is even worse. Let me. 4th and 27. Bro, you have all 3 timeouts left. Now, what would this field goal be? It would be a 42, 52, 59-yard field goal. He would kick this from right here to 49-yard field goal. Bro, 4th and 27. And now, chat, we talked about the percentage of 3rd and 13, chat. The percentage of 3rd and 3rd. Give me the percentage of 4th and 27. Now, I've seen the Eagles get 4th and 26. I've seen that. But give me your percentage of 4th and 27. 0, 1, like literally. Now, you have 2 options here. I will tell you this. This is not the option. Ever. Then on top of that, okay. If you choose this as your option, chat. If you choose this as your option, you got to throw the ball up, right? You got to throw the ball up. Yo, we see no other player other than this in the screen. There's no other player here. And so, honestly, for me, is you can try to kick the field goal. I would have tried to kick the field goal. Or you could punt. You could punt here. Hopefully get them inside the 10 or the 10-yard line. Use your 3 timeouts. Get them to punch you the ball back. And essentially, you'd be probably at your own 40 with 1:20 left and no timeouts. Which is very manageable to get a field goal. But, Josh Allen, super Josh Allen. I don't know what, at what point do you realize nothing down here is going to work? And this is another thing. Why are these guys just not helping block? What in the world? Bro, they should be so ashamed of this. What are these guys going to do? Is this white, farmer going to catch the ball and get 30 yards on a delay flat? Are we serious? Is this guy going to just truck all the other 7 guys back here? You got to be kidding me. Help him block so your other 3 can get down the field. But no, we get super shedded. Somehow this guy's screaming off the edge again. And my man Josh Allen. He just thinks he's a demon, huh? He gets sacked. All the way back in field goal range for the Texans. Okay, but you can still get off the field here. As we see a little run right here. Now if I'm the Texans, I'm running every play. Deshaun Watson, damn near in field goal range. I would not do anything but run the ball every play from here on out if I'm the Houston Texans. Honestly, I forget what they do. Because I know they don't get any points here. Bills use another timeout. 3rd and 2 for the entire game. We run the ball. Gets absolutely... Oh, they get inches. That's right. Oh, they go sneaking. It gets boxed. Now, I'm not mad about this call. I'm not. Because it's a kind of a far field goal. They go sneak, and it gets absolutely boxed. I'm not mad about going for that to end the game. The field goal was kind of far. If you don't... What do you guys think? Do you guys think that's a bad call to go for that? Personally. I feel like in Madden, you kick there. You kick that. Let me talk about that before we get to. Well, it depends on your sneak. I feel like the Eagles are really good at quarterback sneak, and Tom Brady, Drew Brees are really good at quarterback sneak. For me, Madden, I think you kick that field goal. Or maybe you run stretch or dive. I really don't know, but anyway, that could have ended the game. But the Bills make the play. Here goes Josh Allen. This is the play of the game. Fucking YOLO, bro. Take the ball. If this white guy, there's our white farmer, bro. If white farmer Knox is ready for the football, we're making a highlight for the ages right there, chat. We are making a highlight for the ages if Knox is ready for the football. Look at this. Go ahead, kid. Make it shake. See? He was trying to make something shake. And my man Knox, the farmer, was not ready for the football. That was so hell. So now Josh Allen going up top. Big dot. Oh, that kid dropped that pass. I remember. Bro, Josh let him hang. Listen. This was a fun game to watch. Probably the most fun game to watch all weekend, honestly. Out of bounds. This is kind of hell sitting here watching the games back this fast, though. I mean, why weren't they? They should have just kept running all the blitzes that they ran. They ran like the best blitzes in the world. They was popping them. Oh, you almost throw a book. Then these plays go so fast, I can't even fast. You don't even got fast forward. I did not. Well, like I said, I did not watch the Vikings game. Do you guys think there was any plays? Now this is interesting. This was interesting right here. Because this got challenged right here. This was 3rd and 10. He throws a slant over the middle. Boom. Now, I will tell you this, right? If I'm Houston, I want this to be a first down. Because it might make the Texans do something stupid. The Texans have no timeouts here. Now, like I said, this gets challenged to see if it's a first down or not. And they're trying to run the field goal unit on because if it's 4th down, they have to be able to make this kick. And that's what they're doing right now. They don't get a measurement or nothing. The clock is running. It is 4th down. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Texans, if I'm the Texans, I kind of want this. And it is a first down. And here comes the, oh no, this is the replay. Because if it's 4th down, they're going to kick. There's 20 seconds on the clock. That's more than enough time to get up there and kick a field goal. 20 seconds. Right? So for me, if I'm the Texans, I want the first down because I want the Bills to do some dumb shit. And they come up here and spike the ball because it was ruled a first down. So now they have 2nd down. Now, if I'm the Bills, my call right here, chat. Now, you guys tell me your call. I am at the 30-yard line, right? There's 20 seconds. I have no timeouts. A holding penalty, I lose the game. A catch and bounds, I lose the game. A pick, I lose the game. Offensive pass interference, I lose the game. Put it like this way. Even defensive pass interference, I don't win the game, right? A 20-yard completion, I don't win the game. My best case scenario here is that I don't, that I go to overtime. That's pretty much it. And for me, if I'm the Texans kind of play pussy here. It's one or the other thing for me. You're either going to blitz everybody or you're going to play pussy. But for me, what I would have done is run some type of sneak. It's 20 seconds. It's 2nd down. Run some type of sneak, quick dive, a draw, get 5 more yards, get my team ready up to spike the ball. I would almost run like a goal line set so none of my receivers were outside. Or keep them right by the line. So we could actually run like a dive and literally spike the ball instantly after that dive. So I run a dive, get 6 yards closer for a field goal, spike the ball with maybe 5 seconds left. Chat, right? That's what my call would be. Yeah, I heard what he said. He just lost track of downs. Y'all tripping over that. They actually do scream. Holy shit. I mean, this line, yo, bro, they should have blitzed something every play. He just chucks the ball up in the air. Booger's the man, bro. Y'all just... Once again, 3rd and 10, they're risking the biscuit right here. They're just chucking the ball up, man. This is the thing. Even if he gets a pass interference, you're not going to go for it. If they went for the win, it'd be ballsy, honestly. But for me, I think they would still kick the field goal. That's how we get into overtime. Now, I don't know if there's any plays in overtime that I really want to talk about. That crazy. The Texans get the ball first. I think they go 3 and out right away. 3rd and 3. This dude dropped this pass, yeah. That was a hell play by Watson. I mean, Watson was super hell the whole time. The Josh Allen show, boys. Uh-oh, this is where he threw it up to the fullback. Oh, yeah, go get it, kid. The jump was a little mistimed. Listen, y'all be bitching about the worst stuff. Okay, make something shake. Here go the farmer. The farmer with a first down. Let's get it. Second down incomplete. Yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson, man, Deshaun Watson ain't it. I'm off Deshaun Watson train, boys. 39 throwaway. Oh, did he catch that? Oh, yeah, that was a hell play. Hold up. How did the Bills lose this? I'm ready to air the Bills out. Yeah, I'm kind of off of Deshaun Watson, honestly. Oh, they smoked this block. Bro, look at this play. I hope they're not going to show this again. Bro, they smoked the block on that little pitch. That could have been a touchdown. Tight slots with a sub. Thank you, my guy. Appreciate it. Incomplete pass. Bro, they let that guy. I'm going to watch that play again. Because this little app is kind of actually super hell. Oh, yeah, that terrible shit. Yeah, he got hit with the blind side blocking. So they punt, and then Deshaun Watson obviously makes the super duper play, wherever the hell that is. I think on third down, honestly. I mean, wow, he's right about that. You run away from man coverage and you sit down in zone. Like, that's like standard. It's just Booger be saying this shit, so y'all, it's just funny. I mean, Watson is just like, this would be sickening if I was a Bills fan. That would be sickening. 3rd and 18 on a little. They played cover 2 right there and just. I mean, you see a lot of teams go to that defense, chat, and hopefully we see this play again. 3rd and 8. You see a lot of teams. They just run cover 2 on this play, right? Middle linebacker. I think whatever it is. You see a lot of teams, and the Eagles fans bitch about this, right? The Eagles fans cry, oh, I hate when he plays sticks defense, where they literally take all these players and just line them up at the yellow line, right? And it pretty much makes them throw this check down. But the difference between the sticks defense and this defense is, as you watch all 6 of these players at snap, they're all backing up, running away from the check down. If you start at the line, they're going to check it down, and your momentum is already going to get them. So that's pretty much why this guy is able to get that many yards, because look at all these DBs. They're all dropping backwards. And as soon as it's dumped off, they have to change direction, come back, and, they can't stop them from getting that extra yard. It really wasn't even a missed tackle. It was just their momentum was all dropping back into coverage rather than coming forward. That's why I feel like when you get into those 3rd and 16s, if field position isn't that big of an issue, and in that situation it wasn't, I think the sticks defense would have been perfect in that situation. But instead, they played just cover 2, where their players bailed instantly, and it was hard for them to get back and make that tackle. No, So that's another play that the Texans probably would like to have back, or not the Texans, the Bills would probably like to have back. I don't know when Deshaun Watson made this play, but for me, honestly, this game, just the playoffs in general, man. Deshaun Watson, he got to show me a little bit more, and obviously he's going to play. I guess they play Kansas City, so we'll see how he plays in Kansas City. But I mean, obviously, he makes this huge play right here, which was I think he kind of got almost lucky that he got hit by 2 people, because I feel like the first guy knocked him left, and the next guy knocked him back up standing right, and he just got out of there. This is a great play. That's what he can do. I mean, that's what players like that can do. And that's pretty much why they won that game. Judges. As we look at New England. Now, the one play I wanted to look at New England here. I forget really how to do this every time. On New England, the only play I wanted to look at was condensed.
Brady is such a big part of things. Greg Joseph.
Now, obviously, Brady is kind of ass now. Right? And this was hell. Yo, the excessive grieving, bro, this was hell. Like, that was hell. Bro, like, y'all, that's just corny. Like, first of all, y'all kill Booger's a fool, right? But y'all kill him for shit where he clearly just messed up. And everybody wants to get their little giggity ha-ha. Yeah, this was hell right here to do this, to milk all this clock. But at the time, I'm thinking, yo, they're milking themselves. But I mean, I guess their offense really was that washed that they couldn't get any yards. And for me, you're down by 3 points, right? You're down by 1 point, not 3. You're down by 1. A field goal wins this game. It wins the game. For me, this is the last drive. I'm not punting the ball to them. And that was a big drop. That was the play that we're going to look back on. 2nd and 6. Edelman drops the ball. We get to a 3rd and 6. So, 2 plays, you had somebody wide open. Next play, it gets kind of bagged. It gets bagged. Okay. But I'm not punting this football. There's no way I punt right here. Why? Okay. But every decision you make, whether it's Madden or whether it's the NFL, you got to weigh the risk and the reward. My reward here is I keep the drive going. I get this first down. I'm one more first down away from winning the game with my kicker. Right? The risk is I don't get it. I turn them the ball over. They're kind of in field goal range. But one, if I turn the ball over, whether it's a punt, an interception, or it's turnover on downs, if I give up a first down on defense, I lost the game anyway, for the most part, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't give up a first down once I give them the ball back. Pretty much can't, right? So if I do turn the ball over on downs here, and I stop them on defense, which I should, I'm still going to get the ball back with, 2 minutes left, maybe no timeouts, or 2:50 left and 1 timeout, whatever it may be. I'm going to get the ball back again for this chance. But they choose to punt. Now, for me, I'm 1,000% going there, because where do they punt the ball from? Like, even if they get a field goal, if they get 8 yards and they get a field goal, you still have the ball to tie the game. I'm giving myself those 2 chances, 4th and 6 and the second drive. And they gave him the ball, and they get the ball. Now, let's not say the Titans were out here scoring 1 million points. They only have 14 points, really. I mean, that was a dot. But he also went out of bounds there. So, for me, that's the only play I wanted to talk about on this one was like, bro, you cannot punt. I'm giving myself those 2 chances, the 4th and 6th, and to get the ball back after all that's done, honestly. But even if I just feel like even if you're playing defense with 3 minutes left, and I mean you have Brady, no matter how bad he is, I mean you got to be able to cook up a dot on. You just cooked up 2 dots. You do a curl, it was a dot. You do a dot that he dropped, and I mean you out of the 3 plays, 2 of them were really good for you. So I feel like you can cook up another one. That was a dot to the farmer of the Texans, and he actually stayed in bounds. Wow, that was super hell. So for me, that's the one play I wanted to look at as far as what a Madden player would do. We would certainly go for that there. Boom. And that one kind of wrapped up the game for the Titans. That's what happens. You don't even give Brady a chance to cook up a dot. And that's why I went for that. Now, I don't know any plays from the Vikings game. Do you guys think? G-Blood, what game are you talking about? 3 chances to 1? I don't really know. But like I said, I didn't watch the New Orleans Saints game that were any play. I watched it, but it was like on a big screen in the back. I was at the tailgate drinking and stuff, so I really didn't see that game. I did see the streak. That was a dot. The Cousins do a super dot. I mean, I saw the play, but it's nothing where I wanted to break it down. The one thing about the Eagles, I'm going to show you guys the Eagles game that obviously
20 should attempt.
The Eagles, Carson Wentz got hurt. He got torpedoed in the face. There's nothing you can really do about it. I mean, he got up slow. They don't let you go back in the game anymore on concussion protocol. That's just the league, man. They've been sued too much by people claiming this, CTE stuff. So if you have any type of concussion symptom, you're really not going to go back in the game. That's pretty much all it is. That's all. But Russell Wilson, absolutely. I honestly... I said this streaming the other night. I don't know how there's a more valuable player in the NFL than Russell Wilson. He is unreal. He is that entire team's entire offense. But the one thing, anyway, so the Eagles have Josh McCown up here. And they get to a point. They're fighting. The Eagles fight. Now, one thing I'll never question about the Eagles, man, they fight. That's what they do. They fight. So I'll never question that about them. And that's what they did. With the 40-year-old quarterback, this whole game, it is a one-possession game as they just box the run. Who did that? Bradham? Bradham came up and stuck that kid. Jesus. 3rd and 8. Finally got a sack. Malcolm Jenkins. Boom. So, Wilson is on. I don't even think Wilson's a good quarterback. He's just a great football player. If anybody understands that, I've always said about Russell, I don't think he's a great quarterback. He's just a great football player. Like, he just goes out there and balls, man. He just goes out there and balls. He's unreal good. But so here go the Eagles, man. They got this 40-year-old quarterback in. They're down by 8 points, right? A field goal kind of helps you, but a field goal really doesn't do anything for you, right, chat? But when you go into a drive, you go into a game, right? You go into a situation where you're down 8. We've all been down 8 before. Being down 8 sucks. You know why being down 8 sucks? You got to do them absolute perfect. You have to have the most perfect drive just to be tied. If you play the game, oh, I can change that. All right, there you go. Boom. See the game clock now. But like I said, you when you're down 8, you have to play the most perfect thing possible just to be tied. As the Eagles fight, and time is a big deal because you have to prepare for a drive like this. You have to prepare. You have to understand that you're probably not going to get the 2-point conversion, or you don't have to think that, but you have to prepare for it. You know, you always say expect the best, but prepare for the worst. And as a football coach, you have to prepare for the worst. And as a play caller, you have to prepare for the worst. And the worst case scenario is not scoring any points on this drive. So if you go into that saying I'm not going to score any points, then you have to prepare to have to get the ball back. Whether it's on that one we just got screamed at, and this dude Josh McCown just knows how to take a sack. I'll tell you that. But anyway, so you have to prepare for either not getting any points at all or not getting the 2-point conversion. Either way, you need the ball back. You need the ball back. You need to make a stop on defense. So that being said, you need as much time left on the clock as possible, especially the 2-minute warning. And that's going to come more into play on the next drive. As this one, the Eagles get a little illegal formation. They get to a 3rd and 16. Now, I like this call. Go ahead. I like this throw. Go ahead and get half of this yard. Goddard actually turns it up. Actually winds up making this really short. Now, the Eagles fans, this is how Eagles fans are on the radio, honestly. Let me tell you this. Eagles fans are all idiots. Because no matter what the coach does here, they're just going to say, do the other thing. There's no way in hell I kick a field goal here, chat. If it's 4th and 15, maybe I could agree with kicking a field goal. But 4th and 3? 4th and 4? You have to go for it. Because a field goal really doesn't help you. The only thing a field goal does for you is that if you do get the ball back, your touchdown now will win you the game. You still need a touchdown. You still need to put a drive together to get a touchdown. So for me, as a man player, I feel like every time you need to go ahead and go for this, man. You know, but 4th and 4, there's no way I'm kicking a field goal. 4th and 14, I'd kick a field goal, honestly. A lot of farmers, Frankie. There's a lot of farmers out here. We need a couple, fast guys. But they actually draw up a dot. It's actually a good play. Like I said, I feel like he got to make that catch. I feel like he didn't lose stride. It hit him in the hands. Miles Sanders, the rookie, dropped it. So it went from a 40-year-old player throwing it to a rookie. And so the Eagles got to get the ball back. They're playing Russell Wilson, future Hall of Famer. We have to get the ball back. He fumbles the snap. Time is money now. Time is money. You gotta start calculating more pressure on him, overdoing the Eagles defense, man. Like I said, they gave up too many plays in the passing game, too many broken plays in the passing game for their offense to be this bad. I love this defense right here. 3-man rush with a spy. Make them check it down. Make a tackle. That's what the Eagles do pretty good. They tackle the ball very well. And for me, okay, another money drive. We're back down 8. We still need a touchdown. We still need a 2-point conversion. But at the same time, you have to go on this drive preparing for the fact that you probably or you might not get the 2-point conversion. So if you make this the last drive of the game, it puts a lot of pressure on your team as McCown misses Ertz right there for a nice little 20-yarder. Throws it behind him a little bit, but you're going to get that with a backup quarterback. That's what happens when you torpedo our starting quarterback in the face. Big dot over there to Goddard, who's an absolute monster. And then McCown gets hurt. He's gimpy. And I will tell you this about Jadeveon Clowney is the most overrated player in the NFL. Can't get PI on that little lean over right there. I honestly, other than a torpedo, Clowney didn't do anything this game. And we just throw the ball up, which I feel like a team should do this 1 out of 3 plays. They should just play action, throw the bitch up. I don't care if you have Farmers at wide receiver, bro. If they honestly, the one thing I would be good at if I was in NFL, and I hate that these receivers aren't that good at, is just get PI calls. Like every PI, I would be so good at getting PI calls. Yeah, there goes Clowney 10 yards behind the quarterback again. And my man taking a sack. This is where I start getting pissed off. Because this is where it comes into play. Because you just took a sack, so you took 30 seconds off the play clock. Listen, you have to prepare that you're going to need to get the ball back. So this 2-minute warning that's coming up is pretty valuable. Now, I believe this is the call that honestly pissed me off. Because you cannot run in this situation. You cannot run. Because what happens is, if you run the ball, okay, yeah, he might get 10 yards. The Eagles will run the ball pretty decent. He might get 5 yards. That's cool. But not only is he going to get 5 yards, you're going to take 40 seconds off this clock. 40 seconds. And you need the clock now. You need it. If you were down 7, maybe. But the fact you're down 8 and he gets 2 yards, here goes my 40 seconds off the clock. Boom. There's my 40 seconds. We get to a 3rd and 13. My 40-year-old quarterback takes a sack. Oh, no, he throws underneath. That's not bad. I'm not mad at that. Get half the yards back. I'm not mad at my running back trying to fight. Now, people argued me, man. They argued with me that they should rush and get this play off. At this point, if you want to run the ball, if you want to throw in the flats and get some of the yards back, bro, this is the last drive of the game, chat, right? This is the last drive of the game. No, Niner. What would be the difference? They would still need a touchdown right now. I swear to God, people are just so stupid. It was 4th and 3 when they kicked the. I don't want to talk about that because I just talked about it 5 minutes ago. But this is the thing. After you waited all this time, right? It was 4th and 4, Niner. You fucking idiot. God, like I feel like I feel like you're stupid. 4th and 20. Like I said, Niners pissing me off. 2nd and 20. If you guys want to join the chat, twitch.tv/dub. You can check this out every Tuesday night. But for real, after you do this, the clock is going to be running. You can't rush a 4th and 8 for the game. You can't rush it. You got to take it to 2-minute warning. You have to talk it over. It's a built-in timeout. You will still have all 3 timeouts. You smoked this. You smoked getting the ball back before the 2-minute warning on 1st and 2nd down. Not on 3rd down and not on 4th down. You got to take your time and go ahead and get that. You got to go. You got to take your time, get the 4th down. I don't know what happened on this play. Clowney's boxed again, but then that's what happens in Madden. Then McCown takes a sack. That's what happens when you back up quarterbacks in the game. He's just not that tough. But the Eagles boxed the run. They boxed the run twice. And what's crazy about this play that the Seahawks run, that somebody pointed out on Twitter, is that they ran this exact play against the Eagles when they played, I want to say a month ago. They ran this exact play against the Eagles. This is something that we don't really realize that much. They ran this exact play. 3rd and 10, you're thinking safe. They ran the exact bubble screen, bang, catch a bubble, run for a couple yards against the Eagles. Literally, they threw the screen. This time they go with the fake screen, boom. And DK Metcalf obviously was the best athlete on the field all day and dominated. That's what happened. But if the Eagles would have passed the ball, instead he throws the deuces up to the Eagles. But if the Eagles would pass the ball, played with a little more urgency there at the 4-minute mark, we could be at 2 minutes and 38 seconds and still have a timeout, still have a 2-minute warning to try to get the ball back a little more. Niner, you are you are pissing me off to another level right now with the stupid shit you ask. Matter of fact, let's go back to that. You're just asking the stupidest shit in the world, or you're just making the stupidest comments in the world. This coach's film part, man, this stuff is tough, man. Where's it's options for what view I want. Where is it? Plays. Yeah, Niners definitely trolling. But let's go. We can actually go over here and we can go to the 4th quarter. Oh, that's the end of the game. Like this is the yeah, this is definitely tough. This is that first down with 4 minutes left in the game. They come out in this I formation or whatever, and they shift to this. They'll show this play. Let me see if I can get this. Like they run a little play action. They're looking for Ertz right here. They kind of boxed it. I felt like he could have gave him a chance. Maybe the protection wasn't good. Let's see it, and they'll show it from the other angle, honestly, which is pretty awesome. Let's see. We're gonna go slow motion here. They got Ertz over here split out, and they're gonna want a little post corner to him. And I think they got it if he trusts them, but I don't know what the protection is like. We see Clowney here. Clowney going inside. Clowney might. Oh, he got pushed. He's boxed. He's fighting a little bit, but then this guy got around. You got to step up, and we can't even see Ertz. But now we're up. Let's watch it from this angle. Slow motion. Now this is what they want right here. This route. And I feel like bang. You got him right here. I mean, he's covered, but you know that's what you throw. But by the time he got out of that mess, but you had to get rid of the ball, bro. Throw it out the back of the end zone. You can throw the ball out the back of the end zone, really, and then we'd be sitting at 3 minutes and 45 seconds. But instead, we get the second and 14, and this is the worst one because they really legitimately call a running play. They called a running play. So that took 40 seconds off the clock. And then he's doing the flat to take another 40 seconds off the clock. I'm saying. But that's, I mean, you got your backup 40-year-old quarterback in the game. You don't have Carson Wentz in the game. Clowney again getting boxed. And honestly, if he gets out of bounds, it's a big deal there too. Honestly, it's a big deal. Playing the clock is a big deal. And that's the one things I wanted to talk about that pissed me off the most. Now, Niners mad that we didn't go 4th and 5 right here. Bro, it's 3rd and 6. Bro, it's 7 minutes left in the game. You're down by 8 points. This is 3rd and 16. And he throws it underneath to Goddard. It's just cover 2. Boom. And you want them to kick a field goal? Like, this is the thing. There's 7 minutes left in the game. You kick a field goal, you're still down 5 points. No matter what happens, Niner, we still get to this exact point where I was just at. You're literally at the exact same point. The only difference is that now you can win the game rather than tie it. So for me, if it was, like I said, if it was 4th and 10, 4th and 12, I would definitely kick the field goal. But the fact it was super manageable at 4th and 4, I'm definitely going for a 4th and 4. But like I said, 4th and 15, 4th and 10, yeah, I can see you kicking the field goal. We just got straight man coverage, cover 1, and Zach Ertz got to do a little bit better job here. We want to pick play here on Clowney, and Clowney gets through it pretty good. But if he catches the ball, it's first down. You know? That's all. It's not like they called a bad play. It's not like it was boxed. He just dropped his pass, really. That's all. I'm just, bro. People are just, I swear to God, you guys are all morons, man. All morons. There's no pressure on the Seahawks. They have Josh McCown at quarterback. They could have had a better pass, both things. But it's your backup quarterback. Step up and make a play for him. That's what the Eagles did for Nick Foles all the time. They did it for him all the time. Step up and make a play. I don't think, like I said, if it was 4th and 9, 4th and 8, I would maybe kick a field goal. 4th and 4, you got to go for it. Sorry, you got to go for that. Niners, shut the fuck. How did they play? They just ran the ball 3 times and punted. Like what they play? They played different up 8. Like, I'm not. It 1000% was the right call. Getting a field goal doesn't help you that much. As opposed, it's a 4th and 4. Like 4th and 4. Yes, thank you. It was 4th and 4. More than easy to get. You know, I would always take a 4th and 4 chance, honestly, over kicking a field goal, getting the ball back in another touchdown. But anyway, man, that's just some things I want to say. Shout out to my man Josh giving me the login to the NFL League Pass or Game Pass, whatever that was. That was pretty good. I've been asking for that for a long time so I can break down. Because a lot of times you don't see like the sack plays where they take a sack or the call when they whatchamacallit, when they run the ball when they shouldn't. That's a big deal to me, honestly. Exactly why. Niner, exactly. But you trust them on 2 drives. I trust them on a 4th and 4. You trust them on 2 drives. You want a field goal drive, then you want another money drive. No, give me this 1 drive. What? Like, you're just making my point. Like, I swear you are slow as shit. What? You want him to... Okay, he already went down and got a field goal. Now you want him to get another drive. He's already 20 yards from a touchdown. I'm cool. Let's make this the drive. And if I got to get another one, because your theory, we need another touchdown drive anyway. Yeah, that's right. Frank is right, man. Both of those drops by Sanders and by Edelman changed the game. Really. That's how I feel. Yes, and going by yours, he would have had 2 drives with 3 points and they'd have still lost. Right? What's the difference? No, ask me this. What's the difference? Seattle plays way different down 5 than down 3, down up 5 or up 8. No, they got the ball 3 times and they punted the ball. Yes, exactly. So what I'm saying. You needed 2 touchdown drives no matter what. Proof. Y'all, I swear. And like I said, if it was fourth and 4, we can all agree this. 4th and 4 is super manageable, right? Is that word not manageable? 4 yards? Is that not manageable? You could have run a draw for 4 yards. You could run a quarterback draw for 4 yards. You could throw to the tight ends. You could throw to anybody. You could run a screen for 4 yards. The whole playbook is open. If it's 4th and manageable, go for it every time. But like I said, if it's 4th and 8 plus, I would have been cool with kicking the field goal there. For sure. That's all. They didn't even need their 3s for... I can't do this with y'all. Y'all starting to realize... Niner, so you want us to go 3 drives? I'm done. All right, this is the podcast. All right, man, this was the podcast. Please hit the like button, comment, man. Niner wanted us to do 3 field goal drives instead of 1 touchdown drive. That is what just got said in my chat. Do 3 field goal drives instead of 1 touchdown drive in 7 minutes of the game. That's what he just said. That is what he just said. That's the end of the podcast. This will be the last time we break down NFL film because literally you guys are fucking idiots.